Hey, what's up guys? Phoenix here. This video is going to be another YGOpro Duel video, and this time I'm playing with the Zodiac Beast deck, or the Juunishishi, I believe it is called in the OCG, but it's been translated over onto YGOpro as Zodiac Beast, and I'm completely fine with that because that's much easier to try and pronounce on a regular basis than Juunishishi. But essentially, this deck comes out in, I believe, Raging Tempest. I think it's Raging Tempest set that it comes out in. Either that or it's a set afterwards. But this deck is very good. Oh my goodness, this deck is insane. A lot of people are considering it to be one of the best constructed archetypes since Necros, and that is a very bold statement to make. But basically, if you look at the main deck monsters, they don't really stand out at you as being too overwhelming or too terribly good. They're kind of okay, but the main thing that makes them shine is when you start, going into the fact that your Xyz monsters all have the same effect of once per turn you can also Xyz summon this card using one Zodiac Beast monster you control with a different name as the Xyz material. So, like, you can just use one card Xyz summons into these things and step up among them with other Xyz monsters that you're going on top of each other with, and that just ultimately makes it have a very, very nice amount of playability to this deck. Even though these cards, if you only looked at the main deck monsters, they're fairly underwhelming in terms of what their effects are and how they function. But this deck has a lot of interactions going for it. It has a lot of very strong and powerful interactions that you can abuse. It uses, just amazing cards like their Trap that is basically a Jar of Avarice when it's in the graveyard. It attaches another card from your deck to a monster as an Xyz material, and then when it's in the graveyard, you banish it and target 5 Zodiac Beast cards with different names and shuffle them back into the deck and draw a card, which is great because this deck is very combo-oriented. It's very aggressive when you're making plays, and it runs through resources like they're nothing, but these allow you to reset them. All these different sorts of things. I'm really actually excited to play this deck. I really like how this deck functions. And I'm not going to be going in depth about what each of these cards does. I'm going to be doing a completely separate video talking more in depth about that. That way I can take some more time and I don't have to feel rushed because it's the beginning of one of these videos. But anyway, this is the deck list that I've been testing you see on screen. It looks very similar to Lithium's deck list because, I mean, that was the basis of the template that I took it from, and then just changed a couple things around. There are other builds like the Goyo Defender build that I'm curious to try as well. I just have to find some more information on how those builds are constructed before I actually just go into making one for a video and testing it in that way. But that build does have access to things like Natural Beast and stuff like that, which is also cool. But anyway, that's enough of this little part of the video. Let us just jump into the game and let's see how this deck actually functions, because Terrortop opens up some insane plays if you did not already know, and let's hope that we open this card so we can see it in all of its glory, shall we? Now, I'm on YGOpro servers because DevPro hasn't updated to have those cards in their database yet, it would seem. But ultimately, oh my god, it's Terrortop. Terrortop is a +5, if you didn't know. So we're gonna explain how this works. It's a +5. Oh my god, lag. The system knows what I'm about to do. It doesn't want to let me do it. But Terrortop by itself is a +5, sometimes a +6, depending on what the situation is. Like if your opponent has cards on the board and you're able to Drancia pop one of them. But basically, it's due to MX Saber Invoker and Molocat, or Molorat, whatever its name is. I think it's Rat. I haven't 100% looked at the exact names, I just know its picture. Molmo Rat, that is it. Because this card, if it's an Xyz material on a Beast Warrior, it allows you to use that Xyz monster's effect as once per turn you can attach an Xyz material and special summon another Molmo Rat from the deck. So you're able to do a lot of stuff in that regard. Now I have one Molmo Rat here, which is kind of an issue, but it's pretty simple. But you go into a Wild Bow here, just stacking it on top. Damn, this latency is killing me, Smalls. So I get to summon one. Oh, it summons from hand or deck, that's right. Never mind, it's not a problem. But I'm going to go -1 from the hand, but the Tinky can replenish that. So not any sort of problem. But so Wild Bow just uses its ability to, specialist from deck off of its material, and then you just step up the Wild Bow into Tigris. And then Tigris has the effect that you can attach Wild Bow, and you can equip a Zodiac Beast from graveyard to Tigris, or to any Xyz monster for that matter. Any Warrior or Beast Warrior, or is it just Xyz monster? I think it's just Xyz monster. But regardless, so you just end up putting back the Molmo Rat on Tigris, and then using the effect to summon this. And so now you use Tigris to special summon the Bullhorn, which Bullhorn is just Stratos. Bullhorn allows you to go straight into the Coach Captain Bearman, which is an interesting card. It allows you to normal summon it, since we haven't normal summoned anything this turn. So we'll normal summon it without tribute, and it allows you to make these level 8s. And so because of that, you can then make Coach King Giant Trainer and draw 3 cards. Yeah, awesome. And then you still get to end your board with Drancia on top of Bullhorn to be a defensive line. Now all of these things have 0 attack and 0 defense because you're doing that sort of stuff. And this card's great, so this card is great in conjunction with Drancia because it gives you more materials. Man, this is all just really cool. This latency is killing my asshole, though. I need to do something about this background. I looked into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro file, like on my computer, and I couldn't find where the background file was to replace it, so I'd probably just have to look more in depth. But so yeah, we started with Terrortop and 4 other cards, and one of them got summoned from hand, so that's technically a -1, and we've ended with 9 cards total because of the fact that we went +5. So there's that. So we'll add a level 4 lower. So I'll add Viper is just the best one because this one allows you to attach itself on your opponent's turn. So there is that. But so we'll just make Drancia here. I still don't even know what I'm playing against. Drancia just is a generic detach 1 during either player's turn to pop a card on the field, which is very good. But so from here, we can set this, we can set this, we can set this, and this is Dimensional Barrier. I set 2 strikes. I probably should have set Dimensional Barrier instead, but I can keep Twin Twister for the following turn, not previous. Previous turn doesn't exist. But yeah, so 1 Terrortop did all of that. Very, very strong. Terrortop or Invoker needs to have something done to it. That's King of the Swamp. Do I want to mess with that? No, I have Dimensional Barrier, so I can just Dimensional Barrier call Fusion. Seems pretty simple, right? Yeah, this latency, what the fuck is going on with this? I don't even have hardly anything running in the background on my computer. I might have to go to like my task manager and set it to where Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro runs with a higher priority than anything like that. Let's see, this card. If this card is targeted for attack, special summon, I don't think it matters. Pretty positive that it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and activate this and give this another Xyz material. And the Xyz material I'm going to give it is a Thoroughblade, and then I'm going to pop a card. A Magician of Dark Illusions. This is Dark Magicians, but he's playing Poly. Interesting. Well, I'm going to go ahead and strike this, just so that he doesn't get the value. That seems like the most optimal thing. The Dimension Barrier allows me to just, chain it to Poly and call Fusion. There's those things. And then this allows me to just destroy a card on the field by detaching the Bullhorn. Oh, it has to be face up. Never mind. Well, I can get rid of Giant Trainer because it's just basically taking up space. Or I can get rid of Tenki. Oops. I forgot that this is actually just face up. I've only played this deck like once or twice. So, like, the fact that I'm making these mistakes is fine. At least I think they are. But there's that. I've got MX Saber Invoker, which can just get more cards out of the deck and allow me to step up even further. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and activate this Twin Twister, and I'm going to discard this because this doesn't matter. I'm going to pop these 2. That 1 card in his hand is probably Poly unless he said it. No, he said it. Legend of Heart. Wow, this is just a Yugi deck, is it? Is this just a Yugi deck? Or is it just Dark Magicians? I don't know. We're going to check the replay. You best believe we're going to check the replay. But this actually allows you to get value here as well because Thoroughblade can discard the Viper. Damn, latency. Fuck me. This is getting irritating. So there's that. I drew another Viper. Cool. And now my thing is live. So I can banish it and target 5 with different names and shuffle them into the deck. So Momorat and then just one of each of these. So that seems good, right? At least I think so. Ooh, 21 FPS. What in the absolute hell is going on? What, another Viper? Okay. I swear I didn't disable Shuffle Deck because I'm playing in an actual just unranked game. But for some reason, it's doing this to me. But so what I can do is I can equip Viper to this to give it some more stats. And then I can summon Diamond Dire. Diamond Dire is Beast Warrior and stuff like that. Is that Diamond Dire not in my extra deck? It's not. Diamond Dire's not in here. That needs to be rectified. There needs to be a Diamond Dire in this extra deck. But I can make Tiger King. Tiger King can set Tenki, which can get another Viper. So there is that. So yeah, we'll just do that. So we'll normal summon this. and go into the Tiger King, or I could just step up through these. I can get a search with Drancia. I can do Tigris. Tigris can attach. Yeah, Tigris is just better. So we'll do Tigris on this, and Tigris I can use to attach Momocat, and I can just go into some other cards. Yeah, or Momorat. Why do I keep calling it Momocat? It's not its name. It's not what the card is. The card is definitely not that. But I have an F-Zero capability as well. I think I fucked up. I did, because I was supposed to overlay both of these into that. Or were they not the same level? I don't know, man. Man, this is just the blundering of me running around. The next video I film with this, going out the same day, I'm definitely going to be playing with this a bit more before I mess around with this. Because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. But so we can move this to attack mode. This is in attack mode for apparently no reason. You know what? I don't even care. Or actually, I 100% do. If this is something like Mirror Force, I'm gonna cry. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Yeah, well, we just have to go for it. I fucked up way too many times in my play string, and there needs to be a Diamond Dyer in this extra deck, because this cannot answer face down cards. So there is that as a problem. So we need to put Diamond Dyer in, because Diamond Dyer can pop itself pop cards and can fuel your graveyard with more of your thingos. But this is game here, so luckily that's not anything that we needed to worry about. I'm definitely going to check the replay, because I want to see what other cards this guy is playing. But yeah, that Terrortop is the main focus of this video. Terrortop into that entire board, even though I took a -1 doing so, still ended up with 9 cards. So it was a +4, and then the Tinky replaced it. So I took a -1 because if you draw one of your Molmorats, it's technically only a +4. But so I'm gonna save this. All right, so let's see. Prisma, Legend of Heart, King of the Swamp. He is playing Magicians. Okay, so there is that, but he's playing a weird build that involves Timaeus and all that because and Poly and so it's literally just straight up Magicians. It's not even playing any of like the cool new Dark Magician support like Circle or Magician's Navigate. He's literally just trying to fusion summon into these cards and then he sees into those. Okay, I guess I can technically call it Dark Magicians because it is a Dark Magician themed deck, but it's definitely not the kind of Dark Magicians you were expecting. Especially since like Magician's Navigate is such a strong card and all that. So yeah, he's playing Eternal Soul. Well, there is Dark Magic Circle. I didn't see it the first time around. But is there only 2 of it? I think there's only 2 of it. Yeah, there's only 2. Interesting. Unless there's one in his hand, but then it would have been activated. Yeah, I don't know. This deck is weird, but, I mean, hey, people try to be creative all the time. I guess I can't really knock them for that. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this deck in the comments down below. Like I've already said, I'm going to be playtesting a bit more with it, getting more familiar with it. I'm not very familiar with it at this time. I just know what that first turn combo does. Because, I mean, that's pretty prominent in what people are talking about in the community. But I'll be playing with this deck a bit more, being more fluent with it, making a couple changes, like including some cards in the extra deck, stuff like that. So hopefully things will be going a little bit better next go around in terms of me actually making good plays in that area. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video. As I've already said, like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do. Links are in the description if you want to check any of those out. They are resources for you to use. If you like this video and want to support my channel and growth as a content creator, like this video. If you know some people that might also like my content, I encourage you to share it around with them. Encourage them to subscribe maybe as well. Helping the channel grow is, like I've already said, the best way to show your support. But other than that, like I've already said, let me know what you guys think about this game, this video, this deck in the comments down below. Thank you for your time as usual. And as always, guys, take care.